Unraveling the mystery of the Yeti, legend, evidence, and modern exploration. What if the snow-capped peaks of the Himalayas concealed something more than breathtaking scenery? For centuries, an enigmatic figure known as the Yeti has haunted these rugged highlands. Whispers of its existence have traversed generations, blending history, folklore, and science into a tantalizing mystery. In this video, we'll step into the world of the Yeti, unraveling the threads of legend, exploring evidence, and following modern-day adventurers on the quest to uncover the truth behind this icy enigma. Prepare for a journey that spans from ancient tales to cutting-edge scientific research, and decide for yourself whether the abominable snowman is just a story, or something far more remarkable. Our journey begins in the cradle of the Himalayas, where snow-covered peaks are not merely landscapes, but homes to gods and spirits in the local lore. Among these sacred beliefs lies the Yeti, a colossal figure shrouded in mystery. Sherpas and Tibetan monks tell stories of a creature inhabiting the highest altitudes of the mountains, leaving massive footprints in the snow and a trail of wonder in its wake. Descriptions of the Yeti vary. It is often depicted as a tall, ape-like creature with shaggy fur, wandering in solitude through the frozen wilderness. For the Himalayan people, the Yeti is more than a mysterious being. It is a symbol of nature's power and the unknown forces that still govern even the most inhospitable environments. To the Sherpas, it is sometimes a creature of reverence, guarding the secrets of their sacred landscape. But how did this legendary creature escape the confines of local folklore and become globally renowned? For that, we turn to a fateful moment in history. The term abominable snowman was popularized in the early 20th century during the height of Western exploration of the Himalayas. As mountaineers ventured into these uncharted regions, reports of strange footprints and eerie stories began to surface. In 1921, British explorer Charles Howard Berry published accounts of witnessing large footprints during his Everest expedition. His Sherpa guides attributed the tracks to a Mito Kangmi, which translates to man-bear snow creature. A mistranslation by Western journalists morphed this term into abominable snowman. And just like that, the Yeti burst into global consciousness. Explorers and adventurers were entranced by the idea of this elusive figure living among the towering peaks of the Himalayas. What followed was a cascade of sightings and claims that put the Yeti firmly into the spotlight. Yet, for every anecdote and footprint photo, skeptics raised probing questions. Was there real evidence to confirm its existence? The stories of the Yeti are as numerous as the snowfields it is said to inhabit. Over the decades, explorers and local inhabitants have shared sightings and encounters, adding more layers to the legend. One famous tale comes from legendary mountaineer Sir Edmund Hillary, the first person, alongside Tenzing Norgay, to reach the summit of Mount Everest. During his expeditions, Hillary documented peculiar footprints, sparking curiosity worldwide. His subsequent expeditions even included a quest to prove or debunk the Yeti's existence. Other notable accounts describe eerie howls echoing across the Himalayan valleys, or the discovery of enormous footprints that no man or bear could explain. These sightings have played a pivotal role in sustaining the Yeti's presence in the global imagination, but they also raise questions about the reliability of anecdotal evidence. Is the Yeti truly a flesh and blood creature, or merely a mirage of the human imagination, perpetuated by expectation and fear of the unknown? Let's examine what science has to say. In recent decades, science has entered the conversation, examining the Yeti legend with data, tools, and analysis. Perhaps the most compelling test for Yeti believers came with the advent of DNA technology. Researchers acquired samples, hair, bone fragments, and even fecal matter that were said to belong to the legendary creature. In 2017, a team led by biologist Charlotte Lindqvist analyzed 9 samples collected from the Himalayan region. The results shocked some and disappointed others. Most of the samples were found to belong to bears, specifically the Himalayan brown bear and the Tibetan blue bear, both of which inhabit the region. While these animals are rare and elusive, their existence could explain many Yeti encounters, from eerie tracks to matted tufts of fur mistaken for Yeti remnants. But does this disprove the legend? Not necessarily. Many argue that unidentified remains might still exist, hidden in the vast expanse of the Himalayan wilderness, far from the reach of modern scientists. The footprints, arguably the most iconic pieces of evidence tied to the Yeti mystery, are a major point of fascination. Among the most famous examples is a photograph taken during a 1951 Mount Everest expedition led by British mountaineer Eric Shipton. The image depicts a large, human-like footprint with pronounced toes in the snow, measuring far larger than any known human could produce. Skeptics argue that many footprints attributed to the Yeti are the result of natural phenomena, snow melting in a way that enlarges and distorts prints, or overlapping tracks from bears and other wildlife. Regardless, the visual enigma of these footprints captures the imagination, inviting believers and doubters to consider what else might be lurking in the high Himalayas. You might think that in today's world of advanced technologies, the Yeti would have been definitively proven or disproven by now. Yet, the Himalayas, with their treacherous landscapes and extreme cold, remain one of Earth's least explored regions. Expeditions in search of the Yeti continue, often blending old-school adventure with cutting-edge tools. Drones now scour the mighty peaks, seeking traces of movement or unusual heat signatures that could suggest an unknown creature. Remote sensors have been installed to monitor high-altitude regions, while DNA testing has become more precise than ever. Despite these efforts, conclusive evidence remains elusive, preserving the mystery of the Yeti. Meanwhile, another force keeps this legend alive: the power of storytelling. Over the years, the Yeti has become a fixture in books, films, and pop culture. From fantastical accounts in novels to animated hits like Smallfoot, the creature's popularity transcends fact or fiction. Why does the Yeti endure so strongly in the cultural imagination? Perhaps it fulfills a primal need for mystery, a belief that amidst our mapped-out modern world, there are still wild spaces left untouched by humanity. The Yeti embodies the untamed and unexplored, the very essence of adventure. The Yeti is far from the only creature of its kind. Across the globe, cultures have their own versions of cryptids, mythical creatures that exist on the fringes of possibility. North America has Bigfoot, Scotland has the Loch Ness Monster, and Australia has the Bunyip. Each speaks to humanity's deep-seated fascination with the unknown. It's not simply about proving the existence of such creatures, it's about what they represent. For many, the Yeti symbolizes something deeper, our longing to find the extraordinary in the ordinary, and to connect with nature in its raw and mysterious form. In the end, the Yeti's story offers something for everyone. For believers, it's hope, an ongoing quest for proof of an extraordinary creature. For skeptics, it's an intellectual challenge, examining folklore through the lens of science and reason. And for adventurers, it's the draw of a great journey, exploring a world where mysteries are still possible and the unexplained invites discovery. The footprints may lead us to bears, myths, or even nothing at all, but the act of following them reminds us why we chase mysteries in the first place. Whether the Yeti exists or not, it has given us awe, stories, and a reason to keep searching the unknown. So, myth enthusiasts, where do you stand? Does the Yeti walk among the clouds, yet unseen? Or is it simply a reflection of humanity's imagination and longing? Either way, the legend inspires curiosity, bravery, and respect for the natural world. As we leave you to ponder this mystery, remember that the joy is not just in the answers, but in the journey to uncover them. Keep an eye on the snowfields, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find footprints leading to a discovery far beyond what you imagined.